Hi and welcome to another Type With Me. This week I'm gonna talk about JavaScript records and tuples proposal. It's a TC39 proposal for working with immutable data objects. I'm always really excited about new features within the ECMAScript world, right? And one of the new features that they are working on right now is a proposal for a record and a tuple. And you need to know that within JavaScript, it's very hard to work with immutable data. The primitives are immutable, right? But all the other objects are not immutable. So when you are creating an object and you want and it has values in it and you want to compare it with each other, it's very hard because you think it's the same thing, but that's really not the case. So for that they are working on a proposal. So records, a deeply immutable object like structure, right? And then you have a tuple, a deeply immutable array like structure. You need to know that records and tuples can only contain primitives and other records and tuples. You could think of records and tuples as compound primitives. So that's a very important thing to know, and I'm really excited that are doing these kind of things, because within the front-end world it makes a lot of sense to have immutable data there. So one thing you need to know is that they are working on a polyfill, a record tuple polyfill. You will be able to use it within immutable.js, right? But also another side note that you need to know is the fact that it's a polyfill that is intended to be experimental. So for the moment, this feature is in stage 2, so still there can be changes towards this feature, right? So that's one of the reasons. Also, that's one of the reasons why they didn't publish that locally. And I think when they are moving more and more towards a more final proposal, they will also put it public onto NPM, and you can start using it right away. So I'm really excited about that. It's a great process and it's a great thing to do. So when they are moving a little bit more into that line, you will see that we can start using that. So stage 2, this feature is in stage 2. So let me show you how this works, what you can do with it, and how you will be able to use it later on in this year or next year, right? Because things within the JavaScript world are moving really fast. I really believe that already this year they will make this polyfill public, and then of course they need to implement it within Chrome or within Node.js as well. Alright, enough talking, let's go and dive a little bit deeper within what is possible with records and tuples. So here we have record.isRecord, and then you provide record, and then we get it through if it's really a record, or false when it's not a record and it's just an object, right? So that's the first thing that you could do with it, but it's, yeah, just a little bit of that. But of course it's important to have this, right? Simple equality. So you have here a, and then you ask if it's equals to a.1, right? And we are going to do the same with a tuple. Now if I'm going to put this one, and I'm just going to do it directly within this, right? You will see that we have here false, right? So when you are doing equations with normal objects and a normal array, you will see that normally this one is not equal to this one, right? Because of course it has the same values in it, but it's not really the same object, because it's mutable. You can change it under the hood, right? So that's one thing. Right? So you can see it right here when we are going to do record dot prop equals to, you will see here, cannot assign to read-only property prop of object, right? So you cannot do that. It's immutable. Yeah. This object is always prop 1, and you cannot change the values within it. So that's also very important to know. But it's also one of the powerful things of a record, right? And of an immutable object in our case. So I'm going to change this to simple equality void object and array, and this one is a simple equality void record and tuple. Right. So next one that I want to show you is this one, nested. So of that you can very easily nest tuples within tuples, right? The other thing is the order. It's also something that's maybe a nice one to see here. What I'm going to do is here putting order, and then you can very easily do something like C5, and of course this is false, but then if I do here C.5, you will see that it's true, right? You will see here that our order doesn't matter. You can put first a C, and then in the other one you can put it last. It doesn't matter. It just has the same kind of object, the same kind of primitives in there, right? So if you're going to change this to just a string, it's again false because this one is a number and this one is a string. But if we changed this one also to a string 5, then it's true again. If you make here, you will see it's false again, because it's in the one it's 5 and in the other one is 5s, right? So nice to know that these kind of things matter within records and tuples. So we're almost there. Some last things that I want to show you here is the fact that -0 equals +0. That's true, right? But also within tuples, that's the case. So that's that one. We are almost there, so stay tuned. The last thing that I'm going to show you is the one that I'm going to show you right now. So last one that I want to show you is not a number, right? Not a number is not equal to not a number. It's false there, right? When you do it just normally. But when you do it within tuples, you will see that it will be true. So, alright, that's about it. It's really a cool, nice feature in my opinion. I really look forward to work with records and tuples there. It will solve some problems, because then you can just arrange an object. You know that it will not be changed, because all the values within there will be of the case that you cannot change that, right? Yeah, like I said, record dot prop equals to, it's not possible. You cannot assign to read-only properties. So within tuples and also within records, it's read-only, right? And that's really nice. And also when you create a record and it has the same values within it, it's equal to each other. And that's also a very powerful thing, in my opinion. So I'm really excited. I hope it will land very soon within the JavaScript world. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this, and if you want to learn more about these cool new features that are coming up within JavaScript, TypeScript, or within just the programming world. And see you next time. Bye.